On.
Nice.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. First hand of the night. We pick up ace-4 off, under the gun, +1. We decide to put in a small raise of $2.50. We end up with 6 callers, and we're headed to the flop. Flop comes deuce, 5 rainbow. With a gut shot and 2 to act in front of us, we decide the best course of action is to check. Check goes through, and we're headed to the turn. We nail the turn, hit our straight, and we're counting up the pot as we speak. Big blind ends up putting out a bet of $2. We end up just flatting. We want to keep as many people in the pot as we can because our hand is pretty much unbeatable 9 times out of 10. And we're going over to the river. The river's exactly what we hoped for, an absolute brick, the 9 of clubs. The big blind puts out a small bet of $5. We count out our raisin chips. We decide on 12 and take them to value time. Big blind counts out his calling chips, and we're going to show him the goods. We think we're good, but the big blind acts out of action. The button ends up showing deuce-9 off. He called a raise pre-flop and ended up getting there on the river. Flattered all 3 streets and takes down the pot. That's some good poker if you ask me. Just a quick reminder, if you guys are enjoying, please like and subscribe. Here we got Jack-4 off in the small blind. We're going to fold. And now we decide to limp. The only 3 people in the pot, the big blind and Sandy over there in middle position. Checking the dark. Go right to the flop. Ace-3 queen. We got no real reason to be in this hand, but we check through and we get to the turn. Turn is a 5. We pick up another gut draw. We check. Big blind bets $1. We call. River comes, and of course we hit our 2. We got the straight, the absolute nuts right now. We're just counting our chips and trying to get a call here. We end up making a little under pot size bet of $4.50. The pot was $5. We're begging for a call here. Unfortunately, Trevor makes the correct laydown. We drag a small pot in.
I'm feeling like Floyd, Miss Mayweather. It takes so much to produce a smile nowadays.
First off, shout out to Sean. Thanks for saying that. We're going to be getting good use out of that clip, I'm sure. We got Queen King of Diamonds in the hijack. It's a limp pot up until us, and we throw in a raise of $2.50. We got 2 callers coming for the ride. Flop comes 8 of hearts, 10 of clubs, 2 of diamonds. Sandy over there bets $3, and we're not giving up that easy, so we put the call in. Turn comes the jack of diamonds. We pick up a whole bunch of outs. Sandy checks to us, and we put in a bet of $6.50 to try and build this pot. He makes the call, and we're headed to the river. We nail the river, hit our straight, and more importantly, hit our flush. Sandy checks to us, and we announce all in for $12.50 effective. He decides to fold, and we scoop a decently sized pot in a time of need. Alright, here we are on the button. We got King 4 suited. Our stack's down to about $30, 30 bigs. We get a raise from the player in middle position. His name's Lomax. He's more of a looser player. So we figure why not throw in some calling chips and play a hand in position against a usually weak player. One other player calls, and we're going 3 ways to the flop. Flop comes Queen Deuce 6, 2 hearts. It's a pretty favorable flop. We end up getting bet into from the player to our right of $7.50. We make the call. Lomax also calls, and we head to the turn. So turn comes, 7 of diamonds. We still haven't hit our flush. Lomax ends up betting $15, which is a little bit under half pot. Pot's about $36 right now. We end up just shipping it for the rest of our stack, which is 18 total. It might have been, I'm not sure if this was a too loose of a shove, but I don't know how we can fold here. We invested half our stack into the middle before the river. Sometimes you just gotta go big or go home at that point. You gotta let the cards follow that may. And this time it worked out. We ended up hitting our flush on the river. Lomax ended up showing queen 9, and he hit trips. He put his money in with top pair, so that's how it goes sometimes. We pick up ace jack off here under the gun. We ended up putting a raise of 450 in. It goes all the way around. The hijack calls. Small blind ships it for $9 total. Myself and the hijack both call, and we go to the flop. Flop comes, we hit top pair. We cover the hijack by a decent amount, so we end up just shipping it. He has about $15 of what it looks like from here. And now me and the all-in player are headed for the races.
Alright, we're drawing.
What do you need, hearts?
There's one, baby. One more, baby. Come on. Give it to him. Heart.
The player mucks his cards, and we scoop the pot. In this hand, we're picking up 10s, and well, I'll let Sean say it.
I'm feeling like Floyd, Miss Mayweather.
We raise it up to $6. We get 3 callers, and head to the flop. Flop comes 4-8 deuce, 2 spades. It's a safe board for 10s, especially with a $6 bet pre-flop. We decided to make it 15, make sure those guys that are on draws are paying to see their cards, and put some more money into the pot while we're ahead. We get 1 caller to our direct left, and an all-in from Sandy over there in the corner for $12. We're heads up to the turn. Turn comes 3 of spades, which completes a lot of those draws we were trying to make people play for. We're holding the 10 of spades, so we block a few of the spade combinations. We throw out a bet of 20 with all intentions of getting it in. We represent the flush well. I figured the best we were up against here was a straight. Turns out we were up against deuce 6 of spades. He comes over the top and re-raises us for our whole stack. We put it in, of course, and we're off to the races. What you got? I call. Okay, I need a spade. I need a spade.
Get me out of here.
Good.
Sandy, bro. I already agree.
Damn. Nice hand.
It takes so much to produce a smile nowadays.
So there it is. We miss our outs. I feel like we played the hand well. Against deuce 6 suited, 10s are beating that 99% of the time. Unfortunately, this wasn't one of those times, but that's poker.
It's poker, Phil. What do you think this is?
This next hand, Lomax goes all in, and I promised him I would keep it in the vlog. So I'll just let this one play out.
Lomax, you shove?
Yeah.
Got lucky last hand.
Fuck.
Somebody call.
I would play that right now. Are you sure that?
1750.
A different one though?
We call it this. We call it that.
Because like you remember how you said like it's a little fucky?
Yeah.
Word.
Ace king.
He's gonna fucking win, dude. Watch.
He needs a queen or Zach. Sanchez.
Just know I folded 4s for the vlog. Like we fold pocket pairs out here.
That's a good sign for Lomax.
Sanchez, keep it low.
Jack. Nice.
Let's fucking go, baby.
Wow.
Good fucking shit, Sanchez.
That's unfortunate.
Alright, that's all I got for you guys for the first episode of the poker vlog. Please subscribe and like if you enjoyed. I'm going to be doing these whenever I play, honestly, and I got one more on deck for sure. Not sure exactly when it'll come out, but it's the first one, so it's a growing process. I got plenty of time to improve both my game and the videos itself. Like I said, if you enjoyed, please subscribe, like, share with your friends, whatever. Have a good day, and I'll see you later.